Temporary Chief Executive Officer for the town of Port Hedland. I declare the meeting open at 6 p.m. and I'll read the acknowledgements, and tonight we'll be having a special council meeting agenda to appoint a deputy member and also to consider members for the ARIC, the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee. The Mayor provides her apologies for this evening, and as such, we will need to appoint a presiding person up until the election of a Deputy Mayor, in which case the Deputy Mayor will then assume the chair. So I'll just go through the agenda until we get down to the item. Acknowledgement of traditional owners and dignitaries. I wish to acknowledge the Gariyata people as traditional custodians of the land we are meeting on. I recognise their strength and resilience and pay my respects to elders past and present. In relation to item 4, recording of attendance, this meeting is being live streamed and audio recorded to facilitate community participation and for minute-taking purposes, which may be released upon request to third parties. In accordance with clause 6.16, the Town of Port Hedland Standing Orders Local Law 2014, members of the public are not permitted to use any visual or audio electronic devices or instruments to record the proceedings of any meeting unless that person has been given permission by the presiding member to do so. Members of the public are also reminded in accordance with clause 6.17, subsection 4 of the Standing Orders, mobile phones must be switched off and not used during the meeting. There is currently an officer recommendation to put a presiding member into effect, and that currently says that councillor, and it's then left blank, be appointed to perform the function of presiding member for the special council meeting of 2 April 2026 until a deputy mayor is elected. Do I have a mover with a recommendation for a councillor's name? And before that, I also wish, on behalf of the staff, to welcome all councillors here this evening to the council meeting. Do I have a motion?
Yes, thank you, CEO. I'm happy to nominate myself for the chair position.
So I have a mover.
So moved.
Moved Councillor Butson that Councillor Melville be appointed to perform the function of presiding member for the special council meeting on 2 April 2026 until a deputy member is elected. Do I have a seconder?
Second.
Yeah, second.
Got a seconder here, Councillor Todd? Is anybody opposed to that recommendation? There being nobody opposed to that recommendation, that motion is now carried. Councillor Maxwell, will you assume the chair?
Thank you, CEO. Lovely room that we've got here. A lot nicer than what I remember. So, moving on, 4.2, attendance by telephone instantaneous communications, of which we have nil.
Correct.
4.3, apologies. Do we have one at all, CEO?
No apologies are received, although the Mayor has provided an informed apology but is unable to attend due to Council's policy on electronic meetings and being away from Port Hedland at this time due to family matters.
Thank you, CEO. 4.5, disclosures of interest, of which at this stage we have nil. 4.4, sorry, approved leave of absence. Thank you. Which the...
Chair, there is no leaves of absence at this time.
Thank you. 4.5, disclosures of interest. At this stage we have nil. Nothing further. Number 5, public time. 5.1, public question time. A plethora of people in the public tonight. Do we have any questions from the public? looking fairly straightforward. No questions. We'll move on to 5.2, public statement time. Do we have any statements from the public? Of which there are nil. Questions from members without notice, number 6. Do we have any questions from the members? Nothing further. I guess we're moving on to number 7, the meaty one, the election of the Deputy Mayor. As acting, I'll call upon nominations for the Deputy Mayor and declare the close of nominations. All nominations must be in writing and can be given to the Mayor either before the meeting or at this point in the meeting. Any councillor can nominate another councillor for the position. In this case, the person conducting the election must receive confirmation, either written or verbal, from the nominated councillor that they are willing to be nominated. Election will take place by secret ballot using optional preferential voting. The acting mayor is to declare the result of the election, and declaration is to include the names of the candidates and the name and term of the office of the candidate declared elected. The newly elected Deputy Mayor will make the declaration before the Mayor and Mr Kenneth Donoghue, Temporary Chief Executive Officer, as per the legislation of the Local Government Act 1995.
Chair, thank you. I'm a returning officer for the election, and this is the first item to be considered now that we have a chair on board. Do I have any nominations which must be provided in writing? And councillors, you do have sheets of paper in front of you. Do I have any nominations in writing for the position of Deputy Mayor? I have one. Could that be provided to me, please? I have only one nomination. I will allow another 1 minute for nominations. Thank you. Chair, I'll just wait for 1 minute.
One to come by the looks. Thank you. There you go.
Sorry, Rachel, can you put your last name on there for me, please?
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. 1 minute has now passed. I have 4 nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor. I have nomination from Councillor Rachel Baxter, Councillor Sharon Todd, Councillor Lorraine Butson, for the position of Councillor Butson, recommending Councillor Troy Melville. Councillor Melville, do you accept that nomination?
Yes, I'm happy to accept that. Thank you, CEO.
I have from Councillor Troy Melville nominating Frank Edwards. Councillor Edwards, do you accept that nomination for Deputy Mayor?
No, I think that was the other way.
I think it was the other way.
So the position of Deputy Mayor?
Yeah, I think he's written it wrong by the looks of that.
I did it upside down, Ken.
Upside down. So you're nominating Councillor Troy Melville. So I already have one for Councillor Melville. Councillor Melville, you've already accepted. Councillor Melville. I have a nomination for Councillor Todd, and I also have another recommendation for Councillor Melville as the Deputy Mayor. Therefore, I have two nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor. That being said, that now requires an election to be undertaken. Now, the election is to be undertaken in the same manner in which a normal election will be made. So we will now put names into the balls. We will then draw them on the ballot paper, and then the ballot paper will then be prepared by the staff, and then councillors are then to vote in a way that is secret. And you'll see to the left and to the right of me, there are booths so that you can actually undertake that voting by secret ballot. Councillors, in effect, Chair, we're effectively now, will be about 15 minutes while we actually get this ready.
Thank you, CEO. So, yes, suspend standing orders for 15 minutes till such time we reconvene. Recess, yep, thank you. whatever current
It's
time.
24.
At 24 past, thank you. Receiving 4 nominations for the Deputy Mayor position was Councillor Melville and Councillor Todd also received, and obviously just been duly elected Deputy Mayor. So just before we reconvene with the rest of the meeting, I thank Councillor Todd for nominating, thanks very much, and I thank my fellow councillors for voting and their input. So, CEO, moving on, 8.1.
Thank you, Chair. I have allocated seating positions around, and I have also spoken to councillors if anybody had any disability. The seating positions are as set now, Chair, in accordance with standing orders.
Thank you very much. Moving on, number 9, reports by officers. 9.1, appointment of elected members to the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee. Officers' recommendation 1, that Council, pursuant to section 5.8 of the Local Government Act 1995, establish an Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee as a committee of Council to operate in accordance with Part 7 of the Act, requiring an absolute majority vote required. Do I have a mover?
Also move.
Move Councillor Butson, thank you, and a seconder. Councillor Todd, thank you. All those for, show our hands, please.
Sorry, Councillor. The Chair.
Sorry.
If I could just have the names of the mover of the 3 councillors that are being nominated.
As per officer's recommendation 2?
Yes.
Sorry. Thank you, CEO. That Council, pursuant to section 5.10 of the Local Government Act 1985, appoint the following elected members to the Audit Risk Improvement Committee with effect from the 2nd of April 2026 for a term expiring of 16th of October 2027. Do I have a nomination from Council for those sitting members?
Through the Chair, I'd like to nominate for a position.
Thank you, Councillor Todd. Thank you, Councillor. And a third. Thank you, Councillor.
Through the Chair, I did have a nomination from the Mayor that was provided to me in writing. I've confirmed that. The Mayor would like to be on this committee if, with the support of Council.
Thank you, Councillor. Jacinta Brandt has been nominated. So with the 3 nominated councillors and pursuant to section 5.11A of the Local Government Act 1985, appoint the following elected member as a deputy member of the Audit Risk Improvement Committee with effect from the 2nd of April 2026 for a term expiring on the 16th of October 2027. Do we have any nominations from the floor from council? I'm happy to nominate myself. Acting CEO. Now, as per recommendation 2, we'll call for an absolute majority of the vote. Do we have a mover?
Yep, I can move that, thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. And a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Councillor. Those for? Any against? Motion passed. Officers recommendation 3. The Council notes that the selection process for the Independent Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee position is currently in progress, with a further report to be presented on the 29th of April at the Ordinary Council meeting to consider appointment of A, an independent presiding member, B, an independent deputy presiding member, and C, an independent deputy to the presiding member in accordance with the Local Government Act 1995. And 2, that Council notes that the terms of reference for the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee are currently under review to ensure alignment with the amended legislation framework, and that a further report will be presented at the 29 April 2026 Ordinary Council meeting for Council's consideration for the updated terms of reference. Simple majority required. Do we have a mover?
Also move it.
Thank you, Council. And a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, councillor. Those for? Any against? Motion carried. Moving along, closure. So soon. 10.1, date of the next meeting. The next ordinary council meeting will be held on Wednesday the 29th of April, commencing at 5:30 p.m. 5.2, closure. With no further business, I shall declare the meeting closed at 6:21 p.m. And thank you all for your 21.
It's now 6:30. I think it was 6:29.
Oh, sorry, go on. Yep. So 6:30 p.m. we'll call it. Thank you very much. With no further business, we call the meeting closed. Thank you very much for everyone for their attendance. Thanks to the administration. Thank you, councillors. And thank you to the public for being involved. Obviously, an exciting meeting for this new team, and we look forward to getting on and getting to know each other and really building towards the town. So thanks very much.